Hi, you guys. Hello, and welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. I am your host, Chief Nosy Bystander, and we're a little early because I got a little more to say than usual. Okay, so we're a little early today. Hold on one second. Hold on. I gotta pull something up real quick. I'm not late. I'm actually early today. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to see which side because I never know which side to look on. Hold on. Hold on. It's this side. It's this side. All right. Okay. Okay. Now we know. Now we know. Okay. So I had to look at which side because my mirror's flipped. So I have this insignia right here and it cuts off my face sometimes. So I want to make sure that I'm centered for you guys. Okay. So welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. We're talking about Takeoff today. So if you guys didn't know, if you don't know who Takeoff is, he is a third member of the Migos. And on November 1st, December 31st, he was fatally killed in Houston, Texas, outside the 818 bowling alley for a friend's private birthday party. Okay, so we're talking about his case today because there's been a breakthrough in the case and they have identified and arrested the alleged pewer. Okay, as well as another individual who's involved. But we're going to get to the details of that in a minute. So first, shout out to my good friend Tree Dow Harris, who got blocked today by your good friend North Carolina Beats because he had a whole lot to say about my braces. He did. This message is for before we begin. This message is for North Carolina Beats. Listen, I don't know where you listen. I don't know where you came from or what seedy internet website you got your degree in journalism from, but just do this. And this is advice to you, Mr. North Carolina Beats. You probably won't. You probably will see this. You blocked us, but somehow you know what we're talking about you. This message is for you. Just do a little bit of due diligence when you are researching your stories. Don't have any old crackpot on your platform, and maybe consider just getting dental insurance. It's good for you. It's good for your oral health, all that good stuff. Okay. If you have a hard time understanding why adults care about their oral hygiene, you probably should get yourself a dental hygienist because it sounds like you don't have one. Okay. And maybe an orthodontist. Okay. So that message is for North Carolina Beats. Do with that what you will. I want to get into this story, but first, let's see who's all up in the building. Let's see who's all up in here. Okay. Let's start from the top. Hello, Cree. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Trish. Hello, BB. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Rashida. Hello, Sass. It's so funny how now I recognize everybody in here because now that the news has waned on Shanquilla Robinson, it's like all the new faces have left and all the old faces have remained. Hello, Shan. Hello, Angela D. Hello, Brown Delight. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Unicorn and Dimples. Hello, Ro. How you doing today? Hello, R. Virgil. Hello, Amber. Hello, Deja. Hello, Brenna. Hello, YNV. Hello, Lisa Foster. YNV says, congrats on your 20,000 subs. Thank you very much. It was the help of all of you guys just out here pushing and sharing my content and people just running to see what this girl with braces was talking about. So shout out to you guys for doing that. This from Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Shoe Junkie. Hello, Tynesha. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Jacqueline. See, I can get through a lot of you guys a lot faster since it's not as many of you in the building. Hello, Nutritional Snack. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Ashley. All the way from Facebook. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Soothing. Hello, Minnesota Mandy. Hello, Missy. Hello, AD. Hello, Natalie. Hello, Lucky Lady. Hello, Goddess Divine. Divine. Hello, Ty. Hello, Pia. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Post Stop ATL. What's up, Auntie Tonisha? Auntie Tonisha. Hello, Raydine. I don't think I've ever seen you here, but hello and welcome. Hello, Bodala. Hello, 075. What's up, Quima? What's up, Joy? What's up, Jeanette? Hello, Kedra. Hello, Creole. How you guys doing? So I want to get into this story. And if I missed you, hello, from all parts of the world, okay? Even from a burner account. If you're watching us from a burner account, you don't have to. There's no moderators here. Ain't nobody gonna block you. Okay. But let's get into the story. So I wanted to watch the press conference. I didn't get to watch it. I watched a clip of it, and shout out to Selena over here on TikTok. She sent me a clip of the press conference, so we were able to see a little bit of it. But I have the full press conference. I'm going to watch it with you guys. The two people who are apprehended go by the name of Patrick Xavier Clark, as well as Joshua Cameron. Patrick goes by his Instagram name of DJ Pat, and then Joshua Cameron goes by the name on his social media as Little Cam Fifth, meaning the Fifth Ward. So I think they're Houstonians. I think that's how you guys call yourselves, Houstonians. I think they are Houstonians, and so they are from the area. So let's get into the press conference and see what the police have to say. Do you guys have any questions? All right, let's start.
Know when you're ready to go. Everybody ready? Good. All right.
Not them up there with the mug shots. Not them up there with the mug shot. Yeah. So if you guys don't know, like police have a history of a thing that's called the walk of shame. So this is like the proverbial walk of shame. The walk of shame is when police will call a press conference in the middle of an arrest and have you arrested in front of the press conference and then walk you to the police cruiser. It's called the walk of shame on purpose. It's to embarrass the people that they are attempting to arrest. And so it got really popular during the 1940s, 50s, and 60s during like the height of the mob era in New York and Chicago and Boston area. So this is just your proverbial walk of shame. It's crazy. Okay, let's get started.
All right. Afternoon, everyone. Chief Fenner here with Mayor. And Mayor, thank you for the support. We're here to announce an arrest, but before I do that, I always start with that human element. I spoke to Takeoff's mother early this morning, and my prayers, and I ask that all our prayers continue to go out to her and his entire family, his close friends, the city of Atlanta, and all of Takeoff's fans around the world. We lost a good man, and I didn't have the pleasure of meeting him, but everybody, the hundreds of people that I talked to, spoke on what a great individual he was. We have a special relationship with the city of Atlanta. I want to make sure that stays intact. I want to thank them, the family, and everybody else for patience.
Now, notice he said he wanted to maintain a good relationship with the city of Atlanta. And you're probably wondering, what does that mean? He's talking about violence. He's talking about violence. Takeoff was from North Atlanta and he was born and raised there. He is a tried and true Georgian. And so they know that when some stuff like this occurs, especially with somebody as big name as Takeoff, and I don't think, and what he was saying also was that I didn't realize Takeoff was that loved and that well known. When you start seeing the New York Times post about a rapper, that rapper is up there. Okay. So he was like, I didn't even know he was like basically that as big as he was. And is that going to cause any kerfuffle between the city of Houston and the city of Atlanta? So he's like, I want to maintain that relationship because we ain't got time for no violence. So that's why they were scurrying to get this case solved, because the internet was doing its thing and it could have led to some real chaos.
Allowing us to work through the evidence and the facts, which is most important. I also want to thank our investigators. Here today, Sergeant Michael Barrow, Lieutenant Barnes, Investigator Ross Watson, and also from the DA's office, Ruben Perez and Matt Gilliam, who's worked very hard on this case. All of our individuals, our divisions, our homicide division, thank you. People don't know the hard work that they do behind the scenes, the number of hours that they're away from their family members. So also the gang division, our federal partners, FBI, state partner, DPS.
The gang division. He just slid that right up in there. Did nobody else catch that? What? This is not gang violence. This is liquor and rich folk. Okay. I hate when they do that because they're trying to deduce. I don't like it. It looks like a deduction of what these men are really, their net worth, and like what they're trying to reduce them down to. Oh, we call the gang division for what? Because they're black? This is not gang violence. This is just stupid, reckless, drunk, rich people. Why don't they just call a spade a spade? Also, I don't like that they're just diminishing these men's wealth. Like net worth at that party, probably 100 million. If I had to take a wild guess on the net worth of every single person collectively at that party, and it's probably just going to be boiled down to 5 people, but there's a lot of money there. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't care. You can argue with me in the comments. I don't like it. It looks weird. It looks weird. Gang division. For what? YRN means young rich ninjas. That's what that means. YRN is not a gang. YRN means young rich. Everybody knows that. It's YRN Takeoff, YRN Offset, YRN Quavo. It's not a gang. They just young and rich. I don't know. I didn't like that. Let me get some of your comments. He's starting off on a bad foot. Now, come on, police chief. Don't get cussed out. He said facts. And this from Pia says, those people are probably gang affiliate. That's what I gathered. They've probably had run-ins with them before. We're going to hear the rest of that before we surmise that, but good take. This from Rosa Allen says, I caught that. Mm-hmm. This is from Geneva. Geneva says, nah, sis. We have to call it. Geneva. I thought I knew you better than that. Here go Tree says, y'all, I'm running late. What's up, Tree? Brown Delight says, Lil Cam may have gang affiliation. Maybe. But I still don't like it. This from Ayana says, I think gang violence because some of the people there to rob the rich. Yeah, but nobody got robbed. Nobody got robbed. There was pew pew and everybody booked it. Nobody take off chain off his neck. This one YMV says, yep, just diminished Takeoff to a thug. Yeah, I didn't like that. I ain't like that. I ain't like that. It's from Brenda. What's up? Brenda says he low-key stereotyped a young man. I don't like it either. And you do. This is from Goddess. What's up, Goddess? Says it may be in regards to MT. They are organized in more ways than one. What does MT mean? Can you elaborate for us? Let me hit play.
And ATF. Everybody took a role in this investigation. We stood here a little bit, I think a month ago, maybe a day or two, and made a promise that we would get the individuals or the individual that's responsible for the murder of Takeoff in custody. So yesterday evening, we arrested Patrick Xavier Brown, 33 years old. He was charged with the murder of Takeoff. Brown was arrested again yesterday evening in the 14700 block of Sterling Green Boulevard. It's located on the east side of Texas. I'm sorry, of Houston.
Did he say Brown? He said Patrick Xavier Brown. That's why I couldn't find his arrest. I couldn't find it. Let me look for it again. Hold on. I couldn't find it. I was like, hold on. Crud. Let me send something over. Hold on, y'all. I gotta look something up because I wanted to look up his arrest and I couldn't find it. Okay, he said Brown. Patrick? Hold on. Oh, Lord. SE5QJ. SE5QJ. He said Brown, right? Or am I tripping? Hey there, Kathy. Kathy Apple, how you doing? Hello, Jacqueline. How you doing today? He's not in here. What is this man's last name? Hold on. I'm going to have to rewind just a hair.
That evening, we arrested Patrick Xavier Brown, 33 years old.
He said Patrick Xavier Brown, but that chart says Patrick Xavier Clark. Yeah, Brown is what he said, but it's Clark. But he's not in here. Look, I'm going to share my screen with you. I hate to sound crazy, but let me share my screen with you. He's not in here, you guys. I looked up. Look, Patrick Cornelius Brown. These are in chronological order. It says July 27th of 2022. There's nothing in here. Let me do a new search. You're probably wondering, Stephanie, why do you have an account in the Harris County Clerk of Courts? Cause that's where all the crime be happening. So you got to stay post up, okay? Okay. So let's look up Clark. Patrick, okay? Another one of these stupid things. YCQ23. Here he is. Found him. He wasn't in here earlier. Okay. So let's look this up. I got to see this. And then we're going to get back to the press conference. I promise you guys. I promise you that. Here's from Alyssa. Alyssa, thank you for the super chat. Says, I think the reference to the gang unit was just because they were used to the investigation. They were used in the investigation. Happens all the time. He was just thinking all the units. I think you're right, Alyssa. I think you are. Thank you very much for super chat. Okay, so let's get back to this. Okay. Oh, not them doxing him. Guess it don't matter now. Okay. So he was arrested for the N word. He's in custody. What else we got here? Let's look at a bond. Did he get a bond? No bond found. No. Probably not letting him out too soon. Okay, let's get the activities. All right. Oh, they did all this today. Okay, so reviewed by Cameron Callaghan. Looks pretty standard. Bookings and holdings. Okay, criminal history. Does he have a history? Wow. He was they can see. I love Harris County for this because they connect your old crimes to your new ones. He was actually investigated for another shooting in 2018. Interesting. I think that's it. Everything else is just, let's see if there's any images. Charging complaint. Let me see if the first emergency order, COVID, nope. Sufficient bail. Oh yeah. Motion to bond conditions. Let's look at the charging complaint. It says before me and undersigned assigned district attorney of the Harris Court, Texas, appears the undersigned affidavit, who under the oath, blah, 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 Patrick Xavier Clark, hereunto styled defendant thereto on November 1st. I think this is the indictment. Did then and there unlawfully, intentionally, knowingly commit the felony offense of deadly misconduct by knowingly discharging a fire. Oh, can you guys see this? Oh snap! Y'all can't even see this. Let me show y'all the indictment. You're like, girl, what you reading? Okay, let me show y'all the indictment. Hold on, I'll pull it up. You can just screenshot this if you want to see it. This is what I'm reading. This is the indictment. You know, you got to keep your accounts on lock, honey, because you never know where the next crime be. Okay, so it says, I'll start from the top. It says, and I'm starting right here, if you can see. It says Patrick Xavier thereunto styled the defendant on November 1st, right? This is Takeoff's death. Did then and there unknowingly, intentionally, and knowingly committed the felony offense of a deadly misconduct by knowingly discharging a firearm at and in the direction of Kirksnick Kari Ball, that's Takeoff. And while in the course of the furtherance of the commission of the said offense, did commit an act clearly dangerous to human life. To wit, the defendant knowingly discharged a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, in the direction of a group of persons that included the complainant, Kirshnick Kari Ball, and did thereby cause the death of Takeoff. Man. There it is. There it is. Wow. It's just even sadder to read out loud. You know what I mean? Wow. I'm going to just I got to screenshot this. Wow. Felonious murder. Let's get back to the press conference. I want to get some of your comments as well. Wow. Let me get some of your comments. This is from Z says, I believe it's Clark. You're right. It was Clark. I don't know why you called him brown because he's black. I'm just kidding. Probably not because he's black. Probably not because of that. That's probably not why it is. This is from Soothing Xena Sound. Says he is probably so tired and making mistakes with all the cameras rolling. Yeah, you're probably right. You said they're so nervous because something's not adding up. Did he get a bond? He did not. His bond was denied. This from Tawana. What's up, Tawana? Says systems are always updated right away. Even so, it should be. It should have been. But when I did my TikTok video today at 3:00, he wasn't in the system yet. So they must have just picked him up and they were processing his booking. So it wasn't in the system when I checked. Shay Lopez says, try spelling brown. No, I found it. I'm all late. This is from John Ivy. What's up, John? Says the chief made a mistake. He comes back to correct it later in the press conference. Ooh, thank you very much. This from Goddess says, I saw a clip. This is to Brown Delight. This guy says, you so silly. He don't need a bond. Well, he don't, y'all. You get him a bond, they gonna book it. Let's be for real. They gonna book it. This one, Susie Jones says nosy bystander in the paperwork and states that Clark was attempting to get an expedited passport and had his pew pew case pending. And the paperwork, in what paperwork? You mean here in this? This is just the indictment for Takeoff's death. This is not what you're saying. And when you say in the paperwork, be specific. In the Harris County Clerk of Court's paperwork and some paperwork some blogger wrote. Tell us where. Okay. This is from Ray. What's up, Ray? How you doing today? This is from Tatey says, so he's just a frequent pew-pewer. Sounds like it. Sounds like that's the name of the game, honey. That sounds like that's the name of the game. This from Susie Jones again says, I believe that maybe those overhead cameras were very valuable to pinpoint the guy by Black YT is saying Clark is being the scapegoat. You can't please people. Clark is not the scapegoat if he's got a pew pew in hand and there's a bullet in the back of someone's head. That's not the scapegoat. That's the aggressor. He's shooter. Okay, there ain't no scapegoat. And we're gonna know that because if Clark goes to trial, the prosecution has to present that evidence. The only way we're never going to know what happened is if Clark pleads guilty. Okay? That's the only way. We are not going to figure out what happened, but I don't think that's the case. I think he's going to go to trial, and I'll bet my bottom dollar, which I hate to do, that he's probably going to plead self-defense. Because I saw a snippet of this press conference, and the police chief actually made the biggest mistake in this case. And I'm going to tell you how. The police chief said, one of the reporters asks him, was this a targeted thing? The police chief says, and I quote, Takeoff was at the wrong place at the wrong time. So Takeoff was just a simple casualty in the way of the crossfire, which gives Clark a perfect defense for what's it called? A perfect defense for self-defense. He was just in the crosshairs. If DJ Pat Clark was defending himself and Takeoff just so happened to have gotten in the way, he could walk. Like that easy. He could walk because the police chief himself said it. He's like, Takeoff was at the wrong place, wrong time. Takeoff was not a target, and he wasn't. He was not. This is from Hello. Risa says, darn, I'm late. Let me go from the beginning. Okay. Let's get back into the video.
He was charged with the murder of Takeoff. Brown was arrested again yesterday evening in the 14700 block of Sterling Green Boulevard. It's located on the east side of Texas.
You're absolutely correct, Geneva. You're absolutely correct. Geneva says, if they charge him with murder, it will not be proven. This is manslaughter at best. It is. It's manslaughter at best. They're charged with felonious murder, but no, this is definitely manslaughter. Yeah, crazy. I agree with you.
I'm sorry, of Houston. Again, Cameron Joshua, 22 years old, was arrested on November the 22nd for felon in possession of a weapon. I'm going to turn it over to the mayor right now, and after that, we're going to bring up the investigators and then the district attorney's office, and then Commander Garcia will translate for us in Spanish. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And look, let me thank your entire team and all of your law enforcement partners that have been working on this case. Let me thank the prosecutors from the DA's office. I really appreciate their presence and their work, and I've certainly realized that the work even continues in this case. I do want to point out the fact that over the last month, I've had several conversations with the mayor of Atlanta, Mayor Andre Dickens, kind of keeping him advised of this investigation and what was taking place, and talked with him as late as yesterday evening to apprise him of what would be taking place uh, today. Look, it was about a month ago when we stood here as a team to discuss the shooting death of Kirshner Kyrie Ball, public knew him as Takeoff. We all knew him as Takeoff, a talented entertainer and part of the Atlanta-based group, the Migos. I do also want to acknowledge Councilmember Edward Pollard, who is with us this afternoon. Um, but in more than entertainer, he was a son, a brother, cousin, and a friend, and a mentor to those in the music industry. At that time, we also asked witnesses to help police identify Takeoff's killer and prevent more violence from happening in retaliation. I am glad that a suspect has been arrested and charged with Takeoff's death. Uh, it certainly, I think, will bring some comfort to the family, though it does not bring Takeoff back. This is a significant step towards seeking justice, and I hope it also brings additional comfort to all of those who love Takeoff. Over the past few weeks, Chief Ben and I were asked often about the status of the investigation. The chief kept me informed about the information that had been received, the evidence that has been collected, including the video that was being reviewed. I want to express my regrets and disappointment that this was a case of a young man taking the life of another young man for no reason. The gun violence everywhere, not just in the city of Houston, has to stop.
I don't know about any other victims. So you have to be a little more specific. If there are some, just let us know who they are, because I have no idea what that refers to, YNV. This from Ray says, such heartwarming lamentations. Yeah, it really is. Letitia, what's up? How you doing, girl? Let's get back to this video.
People are dying for little or no reason, and people are reaching for a deadly firearm to settle sometimes minor disagreements. But pulling a firearm can have deadly consequences that you cannot undo. And so I'm glad that arrest has taken place, that we do have someone in custody. Uh, it is unfortunate. It really is unfortunate because it does not bring Takeoff back. But to Chief Fenner, to you, to your command staff, to the investigators, to the DA's office, to all of the partners who helped, to those who provided tips, information. Let me thank you, and then look forward to this investigation and prosecution continuing on this matter. Thank you, Chief.
Let me step up and make a quick correction on the name. I had a misprint on my notes. It's Patrick Xavier Clark, 33 years old, on the rest of the suspect. Okay. Come on, Sarge.
Good afternoon. Sergeant Michael Burrow with the Homicide Division. The chief was very gracious in recognizing a lot of the partners that we were involved with in this case. I did want to recognize a couple of other people that or organizations that helped a lot with the investigation. The Houston Forensic Science Center, our lab rats, so to speak, the people that do our forensic analysis. They work behind the scenes a lot. They don't get a lot of recognition, and they helped us answer a lot of important questions in this case when others would not. That includes our firearms section, our latent print section, and our crime scene unit. Quick note, just I know there's going to be a lot of questions about the investigation. The investigation is still ongoing. We still have a lot of people that we're trying to locate and talk to, so we will be a little bit short on details here. We probably will not be able to answer all of your questions. But I can tell you, to confirm some of the speculations out there, the event was a private party. There was a lucrative dice game that went on at the event. There was an argument that happened afterwards outside the bowling alley, which led to the shooting. I can tell you that Takeoff was not involved in playing in the dice game. He was not involved in the argument that happened outside. He was not armed. He was an innocent bystander. Some important case factors. The chief was mentioning some of the timing here. I mean, we've boiled it down to over 30 people that were standing outside. We have an exact number. We're not going to put that out. When the shooting happened, literally every single one of those people left the scene without giving a statement to police. We found a few of them that night. We found others since then, but it's important that those people come forward, and we're still looking to talk to a lot of those people, and we will be looking to find you. It will be easier if you come find us. It'll be easier for you. It'll be easier for us as well. Essentially we had to rely on a large volume of video surveillance evidence that came in, and cell phone videos and audio, things that surfaced over time in some cases that weren't available immediately. We had to sift through all of that and use physical evidence and use shooting reconstruction and confirm a lot of our ballistic evidence, what weapons were involved, things of that nature. And through that, we were able to deduce that Patrick Clark is the lethal shooter in the case. That's why he's being charged with murder.
Thank you, Sergeant. At the DA's office.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Ruben Perez, and I'm a Bureau Chief of the Special Crimes Bureau. My bureau was in charge of this investigation at the DA's office. I want to thank the prosecutors in my bureau for working extremely hard, and I really want to thank the HPD organization for all the work and the collaborative effort they put into this case along with the DA's office. And I also want to thank our federal partners for their help. I want to thank everybody who was involved in this case. I want to echo what the mayor said. I want to echo what Chief Fender said, and I want to echo what the investigator said, that it took a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of patience, but we arrested this defendant. We look forward to prosecuting this case, and I want to send our sympathies to the family, and we look forward to prosecuting this case, and we'll see everybody in court. Thank you.
Muy buenas tardes. A nombre del jefe de la policía, Troy Finner, y del alcalde Turk, y a todos.
Still some work to be done on it. Able to discuss it right now.
You know that Chairman Johnson, Joshua was already arrested. We see his picture attached to this one. How is he connected to this case? What's his status?
He was there on the scene, and he was in possession of a weapon. He's a felon. Okay.
So did Mr. Clark lose the dice game, or was that like a motive of this?
We're still up investigating that, and we were not able to discuss it right now. Just the dice games.
Could
Thank
you go into more specifics about how you actually connected Mr. Clark with either the gun or whatever?
Yeah, not today. As the time comes, we will. All right.
Was it Joshua's gun that was used in this crime?
We're not going to discuss that right now. It's still active in investigation. We told you, and just not a whole lot of details. The main thing right now, he's in custody. He's arrested and he's charged for this murder. Still some work to be done on it, but we're not going to go in any farther than we've already went on the investigation.
Chief, you guys have often talked about the fact that in this case too, there were so many people on scene. They don't come forward, they like leave, and you guys had to sort of work backwards. Were there any witnesses who were helpful, or did you basically have to construct all of this from the?
I can tell you,
sources of video, bits and pieces of.
I can tell you it's outstanding investigative work on this. not a lot of help for people coming up and stepping up. But I don't want to judge them, but they do need to come in because we know who was on the scene, and we will be contacting and reaching out and finding those individuals.
Now, I find that interesting that he said, we know who you are and y'all need to come in and talk. And I wonder if that has to do with Jay Prince or Jazz Prince or whatever you call him. Because that's interesting that he said that very pointedly, right? It was very pointed. He said, we know who you are, so we're going to reach out to you regardless. So you either come to the station and talk to us, or you're going to get a subpoena and then you're going to have to talk to us. Regardless, you're going to talk to us. I want to know what the beef was about. I think the guy said earlier, correct me if I'm wrong, he said it was because of a very lucrative dice game. So there was a lot of money at stake. So I wonder if it had to do with that lucrative dice game. Because losing money doesn't mean much if you have a ton of it, right? If Takeoff was winning a bunch of money and they were upset that he was winning, it doesn't mean much to Takeoff. Even if Takeoff lost, it wouldn't mean much to him because he's got a ton of money. But when you don't see money like that flowing, right? Ebbs and flows. If you don't see money like that flowing on a daily basis and you lose a lot of it, that could lead to a fight. That could lead to a tussle. But I don't know if it was about that, but I noticed that the white guy said that it was a very lucrative dice. The fight occurred after a lucrative dice game. And I wonder if the dice game had anything to do with it. And maybe not in reference to they're fighting over money, but in reference to maybe something was said to someone during the dice game that somebody found offensive. Somebody found out something while they were shooting dice, and then the game was over and they took it outside. Something happened, right? Because you go from having a dice game and having cocktails and bowling and hanging out with your friends and dancing and singing, and then the next moment, everyone's drawing their weapons. So I wonder if what was so bad that had occurred outside. I'm interested in knowing what it was. Let me get some of your comments. This from Teddy Boo says, Chief, educate us on the difference between murder and manslaughter. I'm not a prosecutor, but I think manslaughter is without intent, right? Like you were doing something incredibly reckless. Let's look at the definition. Okay, here it is. It says a crime of killing a human being without malice or forethought, or otherwise the circumstances not amounting to murder. Yeah. So manslaughter would be like you didn't intend on it to happen, right? It just happened. So it's one thing if there was a fist fight, right? And you hit the guy and he died. You're like, I didn't know, because most fist fights don't lead to death. So you like, I didn't know I was going to kill him. So that could be considered manslaughter. Or you were drunk and you tripped and you fell on top of a kid, right? Like that could be considered manslaughter because you're like, I didn't intend on this kid falling, and I definitely didn't intend on falling on a kid. So that would be considered like manslaughter, right? Like something that just happened by just your actions. I hope that explains that. This from Latif says, probably so. He said he can't say too much. It's an open investigation. But we nosy, so we gonna dig. This is from Hello. Reese says, I caught up. The whole situation is sad. I could have been anything that needed it. Yeah, that's what I agree. This from Bodala says, Takeoff shooting, or was he watching and got caught in the crossfire? The shooting happened out after the whole establishment, they were done, right? They signed the bill, they had the bill, the shooting happened outside of the establishment. It did not happen inside. So it looked like everybody was just congregating and getting ready to go home. And that's where the argument ensued. I hope that explains that. This from the Eat Kitchen. So dice games are always sketchy. Hood rules say you have to give folks a chance to win their money back. You do. Hood rules, you definitely do. Let's get back into this video.
This is a murder. And if you left because you were afraid or whatnot, I don't know the motivation, but you do have to come forward and give us some information. And that could come through grand jury subpoena as well. So
was Takeoff the intended target, or was he at the wrong place?
We already, it's definitely wrong place at the wrong time. No evidence whatsoever to say anything different. Go ahead. I'll get you.
Peacefully, can you tell us about apprehended?
I'm sorry.
Peacefully, could you tell us about apprehended?
Oh yes, the actual arrest of him. Yeah, peacefully. We and I'm not bragging, but I send this message to our criminals. We're gonna come and get you, and we come and get you professionally, but we come in force with everything that we have. And he gave up, and I want to say thanks for that. Okay, nobody's hurt, nobody's injured. Go ahead.
Takeoff as a bystander, can you say at all where he was situated in terms of where the gunman was?
No, we won't go into it, but he was actually on the scene, and we all know it. There is some video out there, but we're gonna stay away from specifics right now. Go ahead.
Was Clark invited to the party? Did he know Takeoff?
We don't know. Yeah.
Was Mr. Clark, has Patrick Clark admitted to the shooting?
Not gonna discuss that right now. Go ahead.
Was Mr. Clark involved in a shooting in 2018 at a club where someone was killed?
That's part of the investigation. And I mean, we'll get it out to you.
Do these two reside in Houston?
Who? What's two?
Two.
Yeah. Well, one, but one of them has a residence outside of Houston. Go ahead.
Do you expect more suspects out there? People doing?
We don't know. We're not gonna outrule anything. We're gonna go where the facts and the evidence lead. And you remember what I said: suspect are suspects, and we're gonna leave no stone unturned. And everybody, family deserve that. And I want to say this, and we're going to probably do just a few more questions, and we're going to leave. We got work to do. Any individual that's killed in our city, it's tough, and it's tough on the family and tough on their friends. Everybody deserves an investigation, but the investigator said it. We need people to step up too. Do your part as a citizen. And if you see something, you need to say something. Don't let the fear paralyze you. Step up and say something. And we're all better and safer because of that. One more.
Chief, was he about to flee or leave town? Is that why you guys moved in last night? Or what can you tell us about?
I don't want to go into any details on that, but we suspect you. We'll have our eyes on you. Yeah.
Can I ask you, of course, this is national, if not the worldwide story. What message do you want to send to the broader community about this case and the situation?
Well, the one message is, number one, you can't come and commit murder in this city and expect to not get caught. Quite frankly, guns will kill. And if you use a weapon in the heat of the moment or whatever the facts may be, if you fire it, you can have deadly consequences. And then someone can either be seriously wounded, or someone, in this case, like Takeoff, can lose his life. And you heard the investigator say he was an innocent bystander. But regardless of whether you are an individual that's a celebrity or you're not a celebrity at all, we are going to investigate every case with the greatest degree of intensity, utilizing all available resources to find who the person was or who the persons were. The other point that I will make is that if you have 30 people that are in that setting, and one of those persons, for example, in this case, like was Takeoff, was killed, everybody else has a responsibility to contribute to finding out who did it. So I don't give anybody an out. If you were there and you saw something and you know something, you don't get a pass. Everybody has to take a responsibility. And then lastly, I will simply say there are just too many young men. And I'm gonna be even a little bit even more specific. There are too many young men of color who are killing other young men of color. And that has to stop. That has to stop. So this is unfortunate. You have a young man, I think they're 33 years old, is the suspect here. And Takeoff was under the age of 30. Okay. So all families are impacted in this situation. But if you commit a crime in this city, we are going to expend all available resources to find you. Okay.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Okay, I got some. Okay, I got a question. Okay, I got a question. Smash that button. Smash that like button when you get in here. Don't be ignorant. No one is talking to the Houston police. No one. I don't know if you guys caught the tone of that press conference. Okay. But what they were doing, him and the mayor, they were flexing their positions of power. I don't think they know all the suspects. I don't think they know all of the party attendees or party goers. I don't think they know anybody. I think if the girls, all those girls who attended the party as like guests or friends of friends, probably didn't know anybody either. No one's talking to them. Nobody. That's right, Brenda. Brenda says, yes, I caught it. Grandstanding. Absolutely. And if you have the half a brain, like the rest of us, right, in here, all 309 of you in here, you would know that the police have nothing. They definitely have enough to charge Cam, and they definitely have enough to charge Patrick because of camera footage. But other than that, they ain't got nothing. They don't even know how the fight started. I guarantee you, they have no idea how the fight started. And that's why the chief is so agitated when people ask him questions. He's always agitated. And that's not him just saying, I just want to protect the integrity of the investigation. It's because he ain't got no answers. That's what that is. He ain't got no answers. He don't know how to answer the question. And people keep asking him the same question in different formats, and it's annoying him. They spent the latter half of the 10 minutes telling people, we know who you are. You don't know anybody. Y'all don't know. Listen, you know just about as much as I know. And I got all my information off of Twitter, police chief. So maybe you should just go tap dance your way to Twitter, and maybe you'll be able to solve this crime a little bit faster. And maybe we'll all figure out how this fight started. If I was DJ Pat and Lil Cam 5's attorney, I would be harking on the fact that nobody's talking. Nobody's talking. They know how that fight started. They know how that fight started. And I'm curious. I'm a bit curious if Quavo is talking. They do. Go get it. They do. At first, I didn't believe it. I was like, oh, remember weeks ago, we were talking about this, right? He died on November 1st, and we were talking about this. And I said that Mob Ties and Jazz Prince, Jay Prince Jr., all three of them, I said they're a bunch of nobodies. That don't make no sense, because they definitely are. They're definitely afraid to talk. And even if Quavo was talking, he probably don't know half the people who are at that party. You know, he knows Jazz Prince and Jay Prince Jr., whichever one of them was there, whichever combination of them was there. But he don't know all those people. There's no way Quavo's kicking it with Lil Cam 5. Okay. Lil Cam 5th. Yeah. Yeah. Z Bradley says Houstonians are afraid to talk. I think they are. And I think the cops are nervous because their case won't have a leg to stand on if they can't get witnesses to come forward. It's been a month, and you're telling me no one's come forward to tell you about the shooting of Takeoff? That's crazy, because Twitter was on fire for the first 2 weeks. Twitter was on fire. So you're telling me don't nobody want to talk to y'all? It's interesting. Let me get some of your comments here. I know it's interesting. I'm just listening to the keywords he's saying, and I'm watching his body language, and him and the mayor are saying it all. They're saying, we don't know. And when he say we don't know, they literally don't know. They were flexing. They were grandstanding. They were flexing their power and their position to scare people to come forward, but it's not working. It's not working. So listen, mayor, police chief, one chief to another chief. Let me tell you something. You want those people to talk? You better start rounding up indictments, and fast. Okay? You better start rounding up indictments, and fast. Because what this ain't gonna cut it. I think my screen is over here. This is not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. You need to start indicting people ASAP. And you only got 2 people in custody, and I don't even think those 2 are talking. So he better think of something quick, fast, and in a hurry, because that police chief looked like he is struggling to get this case closed. He looks like he's struggling to get this case closed. Okay. This from Letitia says, he kept saying he don't want to jeopardize the case. So definitely interesting. This is from Fancy Fanny, says, right. It's been a whole month. This is not okay. It's not. This from Eat the Kitchen says, they better offer some reward money. That's what I'm saying. Come on, Houston. You ain't got a couple coins you can offer. You ain't got no tip line. What's that thing called? You ain't got no Crime Stoppers hotline. You ain't got no Crime Stoppers hotline? I mean, come on. This is from YNV said that that chief and mayor ain't scaring no one. They out here, they out of touch about what's happening in the streets. They are literally out of touch. Literally. This is from Brenda. Brenda says Takeoff and Quavo were out of town, so no one is talking, especially those that were there standing side by side watching. Exactly. This from Susie Jones says Houston citizens need to triple up their insurance policies. Who's the second guy? The second bald-headed guy? The second bald-headed guy is the mayor, the one in the suit. And the first bald-headed guy is the police chief. This from Goddess. Goddess says Migo Bands was shooting too, so Quavo ain't talking. Just lost one relative. Don't want to lose another to jail. How you got all of these different police units and ain't nobody on Twitter? Because when I checked, Twitter found Lil Cam 5. Or was y'all there? Because I was there. I was there. Lil Cam 5 was found on Twitter. Not these yahoos or these yahoos here at the Houston Police Department, because they wasn't doing nothing. While you was talking to gang units, you could have went to Twitter and easily found at least one of your suspects. Because those old school cop tactics, they're not working. And they don't scare nobody. They're not working and they don't scare nobody. So you're going to have to get to the digital age, jump on Twitter, all right, and start finding your suspects, because y'all doing a terrible job at it. Because it's a month in and you ain't sent out subpoenas to talk to these people. How it's been a month and you ain't talked to Jazz Prince? And it's been a month. I know they didn't talk to him. I know they didn't talk to nobody at the Prince family. I can feel it. I know they ain't talked to nobody. Come on, man. They're not doing nothing. What about the girl who was there, who did that interview on YouTube? Come on. Come on. They're not doing this. These police officers, they ain't doing nothing. They over here talking to the gang unit. What the gang unit? The gang unit ain't gonna listen. The gang unit, dismantle it, okay? Because the gang is running the city. The gang is running the city, my guy. The gang is running the city. What's the gang unit gonna do? So we know you don't know nothing, Craig. You don't know. You don't know nothing. So we know who you are. No, you don't, Chief. One chief to another. You don't know nothing, man. Come on, man. I can see right through your shiny dome. Okay, I can see right through both their shiny domes. They don't know nothing, honey. They don't know nothing. They know about as much as Twitter know. And Twitter found your first suspect. Y'all a mess. They a mess. Them ninjas ain't talking to y'all. They not talking to y'all. So you better put some fire underneath the prosecutor's office and start sending out subpoenas. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay. This from Goddess says, facts. Twitter identified Cam and other significant people on both sides. Literally. People keep telling me that they like the head tilt because it just don't make no sense. Well, stuff don't make no sense. My head tilt. This is from Lola Penn. Lola Penn says, maybe if the police weren't so corrupt, people would talk. Why would the citizens talk if they can possibly be implemented and strong-armed into a confession or intimidation? The police know nothing. They know jack squat diddly. Not the shiny dome. The dome shinier. Shiniest look at these heads, man. Two of the shiniest heads I've ever seen. Polishing your heads, shit. Maybe you should be looking for suspects. Polish your domes and stuff. This from Queen says, you would think people would come forward for the love of Takeoff and knowing he didn't have anything to do with it. No, man, not waste your life. Like, look, may his soul rest in peace. But I'm not trying to go to jail, and I'm definitely not trying to meet my maker too. You understand what I mean? So, like, I get what people are trying to say. Like, they should just on the strength of the love of Takeoff, they should come forward. But at the end of the day, some people are like, I ain't about to go to jail or die. Like, Takeoff has been laid to rest. Let him lay to rest. That's how Black people see it. And you know how Black people are. Come on now, Queen. I don't know what ethnicity you are, but I know you're Black, and you know what that means. This from YMV says, they just flapping their gums for show purposes. When is their next election? Police chiefs get appointed by the mayor. So I don't know when the next mayor's election is, but child, this from Hippie-ish says the mayor's related to Jazz Prince Sr. allegedly. What's the mayor name? It's not Head Sanford. What's the mayor's name? Anybody know it? Let me look it up. I guess I could just Google it. Sylvester Turner. This from Lala said, if the police know the people involved, doubtful. Then those mob ties will make sure that the police find someone else to blame. Houston is feeling the pressure of blame anyway, so they don't look dumb. Yeah. The mayor's name is Sylvester Turner. Hit Sanford. Shiny old dome. I ain't never seen a dome that shiny before. Shiniest dome I've ever seen. Yeah. So, if they are related, then I guess they got it. I mean, they got at least a shooter, right? And just Lil Cam, he didn't get charged with anything other than just being caught on camera with a gun when he's not supposed to have one because he's a felon. But that's it. So, but Lil Cam is not implemented in any of the crime. So Lil Cam is just literally wrong place, wrong time. So, what's his real name? What's Jazz Prince's real name? You say he waxed it up for the press conference. Look like it. Y'all, this is a mess. We're going to stay close to this story because I'm wearing shorts and my chair is made out of wood. So you already could feel my pain. So, so you already feel my pain. But we're gonna keep close eyes on this story. We're gonna obviously keep tracking these stories. This story broke. We were actually gonna continuously talk about Shona Marinu, the disappeared young woman who is accusing Pastor Keon Henderson of the reason why she's on the run. So we were going to talk about that. We'll discuss that tomorrow on Saturday's morning show. Okay. And then we will get back into more news. There's no pressing news right now about the Shanquilla Robinson case. There's no actually news that's going on. But tomorrow we're going to talk about more missing people because it's the month of December and families should at least know there's someone out there advocating for their loved ones. So make sure you share all of these videos. But we'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern here at the Nosy Bystanders Live. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. You guys have a wonderful evening. I will see you later. And also, before you go, I'm about to call y'all the N-word. I was about to call y'all the N-word. Mm-mm-mm. I see y'all trying to skip out and skedaddle. I see y'all trying to. I saw y'all trying to skip out and skedaddle. Hold up now. Hold on. I saw that. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me log in. So, did y'all leave? Okay. No, you're here. Okay. So tonight we're gonna have a show on our network. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we own a television network called Nosy Bystanders. Tonight we have Madame Rose Convos tonight at 11 o'clock. It's an adult show. You already know what that means. Don't be ignorant. This is our it's our sex talk show at night. So we're gonna have the show coming on tonight. It's one of our shows that premieres every night at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And for the love of God, I have to host it. So I'll see you guys later on, probably here tonight. It starts in about 3 hours. But again, I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. You guys have a good night. See you on the after show here on Nosy Bystanders TV on Roku. I'll put a link in the description box below, and I'll pin it at the top of this video. So yeah, we'll be here tonight, and I'll only be here for 15 minutes, okay? So I'll talk to you guys later. Again, I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. You guys have a fantastic night. Bye-bye.